Hey, it's the Fort Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
And today we're going to talk about a very sensitive topic. We're going to talk about dread and long-term relationships.
And I do think that right off the bat, we need to kind of define long-term relationship.
Usually we say it's anything more than 1 year. But like Bunny says, it depends on, your comfort level. Yeah.
Exposure, yeah.
So would you say if they become more comfortable earlier on?
Yeah, I think there are some couples who kind of get comfortable with each other very quickly. And there are couples that have been married for a decade and still don't really know all that much about each other. And I think a lot has to do with schedules, how long they dated before marriage, or if they're married, how many kids they had, how quickly the kids came, job schedules, how much time they spend together, how much leisure time they spend together, whether they work together and play together. There are all kinds of factors, I would say, that affect exposure and comfort level with one another. So I think it's I'm a little bit of a moving target saying what defines a long-term relationship.
And the key here is, when do you have to instill dread? Because there's going to be a certain point where boredom is going to kind of set in.
Comfort.
Yeah, comfort. And so sometimes you can precede, a drop in attraction from your girlfriend, wife by using these techniques early on in your relationship, and it keeps it fresh. And it can also kind of resuscitate a relationship that's getting kind of dull.
And they're truly just the same concepts that we use for those initial dating years or months or moments, just remembering to keep doing it.
Exactly.
Keep dating.
So let's say number one is always leading from the front. Just like we tell guys, when you go out, you've got a plan. Mm-hmm. You make reservations, you know what you're going to do, you know where you're going to go, and you run your game on that girl. Do the same thing no matter where you're at within your relationship. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of guys, I think, over time, and the classic example is, where y'all are getting ready to go out to eat, and then he says to her, hey, where do you want to go? Or what do you feel like tonight?
Yeah. What sounds good?
It's never a good idea because it's just going to aggravate her.
Yeah.
And you can get to the restaurant that she suggests and she doesn't even want to eat there anymore.
She's still mad.
Yeah, she's still mad. So it's better to leave for, hey, where are we going? It doesn't matter. Just wear that black dress that I really like.
Yeah.
And then they're good.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. And even if they push back, you stay on your game.
And they're going to push back initially if you've fallen into a what sounds good, what do you want to eat tonight routine.
Because it's new.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. And you're changing, and girls don't like that. But it's good for them. It's good for them within, what would you say, in small doses. Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit of what dread is it's making sure you keep it fresh for her, but you can't change too much too fast because it throws everyone off.
Yeah.
It's like showing up with a new person.
And keeping her, I think that's the joy of dread, is it keeps her on her heels a little bit.
Yeah, and it gives you something to do. And the thing is just like leading from the front, you have to continue that throughout your life. And you see couples that have been married 20, 30, 40 years, he's still running the show.
Yeah.
You don't see him at the mall tagging along holding her purse. No, he does his own thing most of the time, and she's along for the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
And they seem to enjoy that. They seem to
be more stable. Well, and here's the deal. The thing with dread across all of these things that we're talking about today is that it keeps things interesting. Girls hate to be bored. So that's why they create drama, is because the boredom sets in.
Yeah.
So this keeps them back on their heels a little bit. It gives them their taste of excitement that they so crave, and it's in response to you. So the interest remains high for you.
Number 2 is talk to women. When you're out and about, talk to women, talk to your waitresses, talk to girls in passing, talk to your coworkers.
Talk to the wives of your coworkers at parties.
Because Bunny had a good point, and it's not really on my radar. I've seen some guys where they don't talk to any women outside of their family.
Yeah.
But those are rare guys, you know. But if you are a eunuch and she has no concern whatsoever that he's, in fact, they'll say it in divorce court, he's not going anywhere. He's not going to do a damn thing. You know, he doesn't have any prospects.
No.
And they think that you can't find another girl to replace them, they're going to treat you like shit.
Well, and a lot of women, I think, will throw such a temper tantrum early, specifically probably about some specific girl or something. So the guys just say, okay, I'm just not going to talk to anybody. Like they genuinely just kind of close up. And so then at work parties or whatever, they just
stay right with the wife.
They stay with the guys. Only talk to the guys. They
exactly.
get it. But it creates a little bit of dread, anxiety in a positive way for her to see that her guy is comfortable talking to other girls. And I'm not even suggesting that it necessarily be flirtatious. It doesn't need to be in order to get her gears, you know, going.
Yeah. And she may call you, it's going to be a shit test. She'll be like, you know, you
sure were giving Marcy a lot of attention tonight.
That blonde sure was chatting with you, and you just need to hold your frame and go, well, of course, beautiful women always want to talk to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you come on.
That's a great response.
You know, I mean, always hold yourself in higher regard, and that why wouldn't a woman want to talk to you? They want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
You know, there's no downside to that. And it's good. She's going to laugh. She's going to punch you in the shoulder.
Yeah.
And there's no downside.
And then you're going to have great sex.
That's right. Number 3, a little bit of absence. And this is a tricky because
it's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because we don't want the problem with dread, and one of the reasons that we're kind of like cautious and we're kind of easing into it is you can blow up your relationship while trying to make it better.
Yeah.
You know, by too much dread too soon, and it goes bad.
Especially if, like he said earlier, you've been married 20 years or something along those lines. I mean, and you haven't gamed your wife in 15
or ever.
It gets a little. You could literally destroy your relationship by being too over the top with this.
So a little bit of absence means a little bit slower on the text response, maybe a little bit slower on returning her calls.
Sometimes.
But tell them the caveat, Bunny.
Well, the caveat to me is that
she's a mom.
That your wife is a mom, you know, that your girlfriend is, I mean, there are things that she is relying on. So my suggestion is, yes, be slow to respond to the things that you can afford to be slow to respond to, or that you know will fix themselves if you just don't respond right away.
That'd be great.
But do still pay attention. With smartphones, with our watches being what they are now, you see everything that's coming across, and she knows that. So I would say, you know, if it has something to do with something important that actually needs your attention, please still respond to your woman.
Exactly. PTA meetings, are you going to be, you know,
yeah.
all these, anything dealing with the children, you know, all these things are important. But if it's just between y'all, you know, we say use calculated delays.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Calculated delays.
But, and, you know, don't disappear on a business trip. You know, all kinds of things. You kind of have to know what you're doing and ease your way into this.
And know your audience.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to be coming home to an empty house or, you know.
Or genuinely send her into an anxiety attack or something.
That something's happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
It's you have to approach with caution.
Yeah. So those are the 3 things. Is number 1, lead from the front.
Always.
Talk to women. Yeah. All of them.
Just don't hesitate.
Yeah. And a little bit of absence goes a long way.
Yeah.
And test them out. I think you'll find a little bit more excitement in your long-term relationships, which is what everybody, and it helps avoid drama. And that's,
or create the sexy kinds of drama.
Yeah, the best
just
kind.
A little bit.
Exactly.
Just a little bit.
Hope you guys have a great day.
Bye.